Greetings and salutations. In service to the One, I am Amber Dawn Star, practical mystic, energetic activist, and for over 34 years, master breathologist. Welcome back to my community. Well, Merry Christmas Eve. Today's information that Spirit would like to give to you through me is are you in the Nightmare Before Christmas? Or are you in It's a Wonderful Life Christmas? Or a combination of the two. Astrologically, Venus and Pluto, Venus, the planet of love, of course, and value, your values, and money, and Pluto, of course, death and rebirth, transformation. So you could kind of say that, it could be a combination of both. Obviously, Nightmare Before Christmas, that was transformative. Pluto-ish. Yeah, kind of Pluto-ish. Jack was kind of Pluto-ish until he, found Christmas and love and light, and then that transformed into a wonderful life. For Jack and Sally. Never seen that movie? Do yourself a favor. Good one. Also, It's a Wonderful Life. Classic. Excellent movie. To remind us of the truth of what we're doing here. And the truth is, love. That's the truth. That's the truth of it all. That's the be-all and end-all and in between and out and in, and it's love. It's just love. It's all about love, and it's love in the highest form of love, how much you care about others, your family, your friends, your lovers, your cohorts, your crew, and it's also about the transformation of that into more of starting loving you. Because that's really where it starts. It starts with you. And yes, it's easy to, give out. But this is a time right now, especially in this world right now, because it's, the nightmare before Christmas. And if you focus on the nightmare, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare out there. There is nothing positive to say about it. I mean, there's just so much crapola that's just hitting the fan and will continue. This isn't over yet, and we will never go back to normal. No. And why would you want to? Normal wasn't working for most of the people in the normal world. Wasn't working. Yeah, they were still going through the motions. Yeah, they were still doing it. But was it working? No, it wasn't working. So, it depends on where you want to put your focus and intention, of course, and your perspective. Do you want to put it on the nightmare? Because you could. Certainly a lot of people are. They are focusing on the nightmare. And that's why they're acting out. That's why they're flipping out. That's why they're killing each other. That's why everyone is just on edge, on the razor's edge. And we are all on that edge. It's just where you want to put your focus. This year has been a true test of what's important and what isn't. And all of the outer scenarios that have been going on this year and last, it's time now to take a look on the inside, which is what It's a Wonderful Life is about. It's about taking a look at how you matter in this world. If you don't think you do, you're wrong. Because you do. You might not matter in the way that your ego wants you to matter. That's the nightmare. The ego is the nightmare, and that can happen before, during, and after Christmas, because it's about looking at our egos and how much they really just have run the flip-flopping show for so long. The materialism of this dimension, the greed of this dimension, the callousness of this dimension, the heartbreak of this dimension. It's been very nightmarish for the last couple of years, for sure, and it's been very nightmarish for quite some time. Yeah, it's been nightmarish for quite some time, and karma, why they say it's a bitch, I don't know, but also bastard, let's, share that. It's about that's happening now. The karma of the world, the karma of greed, the karma of corporate capitalism, the karma of suppression is all now happening and will continue to happen as we move into 2022, the rest of the 20s, this decade, because of course the North and South nodes are moving soon, January, into Taurus and Scorpio. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so it's about your values, it's about money, it's about where you put your intention and attention, and what's important to you. What's really important to you? Is lots and lots and lots and lots of money important to you? Which, and all that comes with all that crap. I mean, all that stuff. I mean, there's a few people in this world right now that have all the flip-flopping money you could ever imagine in this life or the next 20. And what are they doing with it? Are they helping? No, they're not. That's the nightmare. And that's been going on for quite some time. And the people that are subjugated from the corporations because they have to frickin' eat and have a roof over their heads. Well, I mean, a lot of people right now don't. Count your blessings, okay? If you're watching this and you have an internet and you can do that and you have a roof over your head and you have food to eat every day, count your flip-flopping blessings, because when the nodes shift, the whole money paradigm is going to shift too. And the United States, yay, is coming into its Pluto return in January, and will probably continue the most of the year, because Pluto and Venus are doing their dance for months and months and months. So the death and transformation is certainly happening, and it's basically, Pluto is stripping you down. It's stripping all of us down to our essence, to our core, which is our soul and our spirit. And that's what makes it a wonderful life, because our souls are all unique. We are all sparks of all that is. And each one of us brings something to the table that no one else does. That's the wonderful part. It's just remembering that. And staying focused and staying in your alignment and staying with your breath and staying with your consciousness and staying in that alignment is what's going to get you through this, because the Venus part, of course, is the love. Yes, it's the values. Yes, it's the money, but it's also the love and how much you love yourself, and if you really do. It seems like there's a lot of people out there with a lot of money. How they treat themselves and how they treat others because they have money. They feel like they're better because they have money, because of course, that's our conditioning. in this world, in 3D land, is, take. Get all you can before somebody else does. There's enough to go around for every man, woman, and child on this planet. There's enough for food and clothing and shelter. There's enough for the basics in this world. But because of the greed factor, that's the Pluto that's about to show itself by stripping away everything that you think is important outside of yourself. So if you think money is important, you're about to get a huge lesson in that. If you think your looks are important, you're about to get a huge lesson in that. Venus also rules beauty. And beauty is as beauty does. And what that means is, you can look 100 million% on the outside. You can have all the flip-flop and fakery that there is out there right now to make you look, 20 when you're 80. Why? And it's like, well, that's all about to change too. Those values, those ideas that you have to look a certain way to make the money that you want to make and sell your soul for it, that's all about to change big time. And for some, it will look like a nightmare. Because if you've based your life on outer circumstances and outer ideas about what you ought to be and outer people's opinions, and everybody's got one, if you've based it all on the outer, it's going to be pretty challenging this Christmas and the next several months and next year also. I mean, we're not getting out of this anytime soon, as I've been saying for a while before this ever started. And now. So, focus on your love. Focus on your light. Take this time where you feel depressed and pressurized and sad and melancholy. That's all ego. That's all the dark. That's all the nightmare. And a lot of us are feeling that. It's a struggle. It's a challenge to stay in your alignment. It's a challenge to stay in your love and your light. Isn't it? It is for me. Are you missing it? Can you just do that? Can you just stay in your love and light and know that everything's going to be all right? And that everything really actually is all right? Because that's Pluto too. Pluto is death and rebirth. You can't have one without the other. It's not just about what's dying, it's about what's being born. And there's a whole rebirth in our consciousness right now on the planet. People are waking up, sometimes brutally, in the most horrendous situations. People are waking up to the truth that they are not their egos, that all of this outside of you is pretty much a hype. It's just all been set up to enslave you, to work for the overlords and the kings and the queens. They don't have those titles, but it's still kind of that royalty serfdom kind of scenario. And a lot of people have been acting that out, and now a lot of people are acting it out where they're done. And they don't care anymore who they take out with them. And, of course it isn't anything of how that happens. It's way, way deeper than that. And They're not taking the time to find out what the deep issues are. Why they're acting out, why they're running over people, why they're killing people with guns, why they even want a gun. Really? Nightmare. It's pretty much nightmarish out there. And it's also Venus and love and beauty out there, because out there is a representation of what you're bringing to the table. So what do you have on the inside that you're bringing to the outside, so that you're part of the transformation and not the death? You're part of the rebirth and not the freaking taking down of the whole patriarchal system, which is happening. Thank Goddess. It's happening. 6,000 years of this crap where the masculine has just thought that they're just, the shite doesn't stink. And of course, what's going on in our country is, that last gasp of the patriarchy trying to hold on to all of their shite. I mean, if you got stock in coal companies, then you don't want a green energy bill, do you? Like the guy that's stopping the whole flip-flopping process has a yacht and a Maserati, and then tells, his constituents, well, we're not going to pass this bill that would help you, but that would hurt me, even though I have all this stuff. So that's what's going on in a nutshell right now. Of course, there's so much more going on, and I'm not going to do that because it is Christmas Eve. But I did want to say today that, it's up to you and it's up to me what we focus on. We can either focus on the nightmare, or we can focus on the love and the light and the beauty of that it is a wonderful life, that you even have life, that you're even listening to this. You know what a gift that is? That you're even alive right now? It is a gift. It's an incredible gift, and it's up to each one of us to decide what we stand for. Do we stand for the nightmare, or do we stand for the miracle of how wonderful really life can be? And I'm not talking about how much money you have or what you look like. I'm talking about the inside of you. I'm talking about what matters to you. I'm talking about your values. What makes you you? Yeah, of course, the herd, the herd immunity. The herd. Are you part of the herd? Or are you not? Because, man, they really want the herd to herd up, don't they? They being the powers that be that are running this shite show. So are you part of that, or are you your own sweet, independent, interdependent connection to Source, God Self, which makes that a wonderful life? And even, when it is a wonderful life, sometimes it can be a fucking nightmare. Oh, I said it. I fully said the F word right out loud. Please remember the truth of who and what you are, that you are a spark of all that is, that all it is had the sense to create you. What? With everything else that all that is created, it created you too. So, do yourself a favor over this Christmas holiday. Watch It's a Wonderful Life. It does matter that you're here. It would be different without you. A big difference. Because you came to help turn the tide, so to speak. You came to help usher in a whole new era. A 2100-year cycle. that you are helping to birth. That's the rebirth. Yeah, Pluto gets a bad rap. But can you imagine if nothing died? Ugh. I know it's sad, mainly, especially if you're close to people or animals or the planet that's dying. And it's also, there's buds. There's love buds coming up everywhere. I call them love buds. They're like little love buds, little buds of flowers coming up through the cracks in the cement, which is Saturn, which is Capricorn, what we're in right now, and how all of those systems are cracking and crumbling because they need to. That's all. This is all happening because it needs to happen. No, do we want to go through the nightmare? Frack. No, we don't. Who does? Who wants to go through a nightmare? However, if you're willing to find out why you're going through a nightmare, what the nightmare is about, then this time will take you further along your path than you have been. Because it's the time for that now. Stand up, breathe, be counted for the light and the love and the beauty and the wonderfulness of being alive right now. Here and now, in this now moment, count your blessings. That you can even watch this video, that you even want to watch this video. That you want to do better, that you want to be part of the solution and not the problem. Those are all the things that Pluto is about too. It's about the rebirth. So focus on that. Focus on the rebirth, not the death. Just focus on the rebirth and focus on the beauty that is all around you and that is within, most important, within you. Take some time over this holiday if you can and do some meditating, do some breathing, watch these movies, get inspired, go online, look at some people that are inspiring and what their messages are and what they have to say. See if anything resonates for you. Now's the time to do that so that you can say with all sincerity and honesty that it is a wonderful life. So I believe that's all for me today. Merry Christmas Eve. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas Eve. I'll just stick to now because that's tomorrow. So today I pray and I intend that you and I and everyone have an honorable, honest, great Christmas Eve in your wonderful, wonderful life. Om Namah Shivaya. In Lakach. Namaste. El Kalimo. Have a great rest of your Christmas Eve, and I will see you tomorrow, God willing. Bye for now.